Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100.
And so the Bears are sending their compensatory fourth-round pick to Jacksonville for Nick Foles.
Keeping it 100.
I know we need to run the ball more. I'm not an idiot.
Keeping it 100. Keeping it 100. Keeping it 100, baby.
Open competition.
Keeping it 100.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Chicago Bears sweat. Full commit.
Guess who's back? The two dudes that kept it real. The dynamic duo that you love, the smartest man and Dr. Phil. Breaking down the film, never a problem, kick it straight. Most shows focus on stats, we focus on the tape. We keeping it 100, never running east or west. We coming with that truth, cause that's what our fans expect. Cut off the freaking anchor, moving forward to be free. But don't you worry, Shayne's got the dumbest tweets. It ain't no secret, Phil and Shayne got some haters. But now the mouth stuck like the Jew and now and laters. Debaters, claws get kicked like Coach Tabor. Cuts had to be made, we added a barber moderator. Up and down, boys got you double checking. Sad sacks strolling like a fool drunk texting. Flexing on the truth cause you know they'll never change. Real, recognize real, that's what you get with Phil and Shayne. 100's what we do when we're breaking down the Bears. Fuck a play or a captain, all of the uncared. The tape never lies, the truth you see. With eyes, we analyze so there's no babies like Maybelline. Straight to the truth with acumen and facts. We got a sad nerd, but he's not just giving nerd stats. Car crash, big impact like Max Sack. Every Wednesday night you got the smartest Shayne and Phil back. Now we know you're smiling like a fat kid with fun dip. We're back better than ever and we're keeping it 100.
Keeping it 100, baby.
Keep it 100.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100, baby. Keeping it 100.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100, baby.
Keep it 100.
Keeping it 100.
Looky, who's here, Phil?
Oh, yeah.
Pop-up show for the 100 crew out there. Never a dull moment with our Chicago Bears. I'm stumbling all over myself, man. It's been a crazy day. Got the Phil's got the music up too loud, so I can't hear.
Do I have it up too loud?
Yeah,
for you?
it's a
I
touch
figured
too
I'd
loud.
come in with some beat and some passion. How's that?
No, you can
Little
can back her down a little bit.
A little bit more?
But yeah, no, let's.
I thought you were going to practice
into
your
this.
roll to the top.
No. That's Claudio's job. But guys,
Oh,
yeah.
big news, right, Shayne? Big news. It's almost disappointing because narratives are being drawn in regards to this. That's the problem with this situation here. And talk about it because rumors are flying. Allen Robinson wants more money. I know rumors had started that he already had agreed. I remember the blog star had said that.
Yeah, he ran and hid. He was working on a new play real quick after that one dropped.
He did. Now, in regards to this football player, there's no questioning his capability. And you saw it on full display over the weekend with one of the greatest catches that I've witnessed watching this football team, let alone my years coaching, playing, scouting, whatever, when it comes to this game. I mean, that was a great catch. So if you ever wanted to put something on your resume, I mean, that's it. So
That was the one.
unfortunately, I know you have an opinion on this, so I'll let you go first in regards to Allen Robinson handling this situation now.
Well, listen, we are what's fan is short for fanatics. Everybody that's in the chat room is the same way that we are.
Absolutely.
We live and breathe and die with Chicago Bears football. And Allen Robinson and his agent are very well aware of that. And in season, I had a discussion a little bit earlier with Chubbs offline about this. This is where they have some leverage. They realize how contracts work in the NFL. The Chicago Bears, at the end of the day, can franchise tag Allen Robinson, and he knows that. So right now they're involving the fans. You know,
Yeah.
they're getting the public outcry is going to be on the player's side because everybody craves football so much. The Chicago Bears aren't going to dictate or change or give a contract because of Twitter or stuff like that. It's going to create a public outcry like we saw today. I get it. They're using their leverage while they have it. That's
Right.
They have it right now. Allen Robinson's not going to have it after that. He could go out and put up 1,800 yards and 12 touchdowns. That's going to help his cause. But the Bears still have that franchise tag looming that they can hang over his head. And these guys don't want to play on one-year deals. That's what it is. They want the long-term security. Allen Robinson knows better than anybody what can happen in the NFL. He's 27 years old, just turned 27. There's a lot of miles on that body. I mean, it feels like this guy's like a 12 or a 13-year vet at this point. He just turned 27 years old. He's torn his ACL, so he knows what it's like. Things can change in the blink of an eye, but this is all part of the negotiating process, man. We've been through this 100 times before. Ryan Pace, Herb Lawrence from The Score put out a tweet tonight that said, Chicago Bears being cheap. No, it's not. That's the laziest, most played out narrative ever. They're not cheap. Have they spent the money wisely? Absolutely not. That's been the issue. Spending it correctly. You cannot call this franchise cheap anymore. That's just a lazy narrative. That's why I told Herb in my response to him to be better.
Herb.
Yeah, whatever. It's just that narrative is so played out. It's ridiculous. But
Well, let me say this, though. I hope I kept this comment on there because you and I talked prior to the show, and we talked about this. I mean, the Chicago Bears bet on you with an injury. How much should that matter? In my opinion, this isn't the time to do this kind of stuff. Now,
right.
I don't know if there's a guy that's been more in regards to Allen Robinson giving him bouquets and praise. And I get it. You're trying to leverage performance on the field, the thirst for the game, the fact that COVID came and you haven't been on the stage and you went out there and balled out. There's no question. And you're like the safety, security. You're Linus's blanket for Mitch. There's no doubt. But in a team sport, I mean, there's two levels to this seesaw. It's team sport, the Chicago Bears, and then the Chicago Bears play business decisions, and players have to play business decisions. So that's where I always say the coach is the most important person, because you have to, listen, make those realities known to the football player. We are going to take care of you. We are going to make sure that this is handled because you're such an important piece to the puzzle that we got to make sure that we're going to get you on the same page as us. To do this, in my opinion, as a coach, as a player, it's not right. It's selfish, in my opinion, because you're coming off a victory where Anthony Miller catches the big play. That Jimmy Graham, who mistimed his jumps and did all this, made the big play. And your quarterback, who apparently maybe you don't want to play for. That's the rumor. He's fucking balling out at the end.
Right.
Now's not the time to unhitch the caboose. Now's the time to say, I'm going to keep fucking performing for you so you pay me. It's not like they cheap-balled him with $14 million. I mean, come on.
Well, that's the thing, Phil.
That's the thing.
Cherie's got a good point here. It says apparently they've been talking and he's not happy with what they've offered. But let's not forget, Allen Robinson was just on TV.
That.
Yeah, Allen Robinson was just on TV, or I don't know if it was a YouTube, must have been YouTube stream or whatever, talking about saying that he hasn't talked to the Bears.
Yes.
They haven't even come to us with an offer.
And what else did he say? Please.
Well,
preach! God, Lord! Give me a preach. He said what? I'm gonna let it all take care of itself.
It's all gonna work out. It's gonna take care of itself. I'm prepared for the season.
So why now?
Bears haven't even come to us, but now they're not happy with the offers that the Bears have given them. So
now you're playing that role. Now,
right, because that's the only leverage that they have right now. That's it. That's all they have. But that's the only. You have to play the leverage as a businessman, and these guys are professional athletes, but they're businessmen, and their agents are handling this. They're involving fanatics like we are. You see Twitter. You see, the Bears are crazy. The Bears are stupid. The Bears are cheap. Bears this, Bears that. Yes, the Bears are in the business to bring in good players. They don't want to lose Allen Robinson. Right. They've offered him a long-term contract. It's just not up to the numbers yet that the other side is comfortable with. It's part of negotiating. They're the ones that took this. What do you always hear Ryan Pace say? We keep things like that private. Right. We keep things like that private. Well, that doesn't do the other side any good. It doesn't. Allen Robinson and his agent want that out there. They want to win in the court of public opinion. They want this public outcry. But Phil, saying that, we do have.
Oh, from City Sports, Shane.
Cousin Eddie broadcasting from the RV. Shitter's full.
The shitter is full.
Steven Johnson.
Steven Johnson joining us from City Sports. Should we zone in on him? Let me see if my production skills.
He's a singer. He said he's going to perform a little solo act for us tonight. He's got a beautiful voice.
I'm looking for his lower. There it is. Look at that, Steven.
To hear that at all.
Now I had the time of my life. There he is, Steven Johnson. What do you think? What a day! I mean, we just got a great victory. All this drama, you're thinking it's over, and then the fourth quarter, and then Allen Robinson and company and his agent speaking out. It's a lot of drama that goes along with this team, man. I mean, trade apparently scenarios, but no, he's not on the trading block. Are you with us here?
I mean, this whole thing kind of just sounds to the point where we're getting overly dramatic about what I feel is an inevitable contract extension. I can't envision a situation in which the Bears don't sign Allen Robinson. I mean, this almost is like word for word similar to what the Saints just experienced with Alvin Kamara 2 weeks ago. I mean, he erased all mentions. The trade rumors were out there, and all of a sudden, boop, here comes this massive deal for a running back that, honestly, good luck to them for paying a running back that much money. But it's the same exact thing. Like, I'd be stunned if there was not a deal in the next 2 weeks. I'd be absolutely shocked at this point in time.
Yeah, I'm on board with you, Steven. I think that it's something that's absolutely going to happen, but it's just they've taken it public because they want the fans involved. They want that 24/7 coverage. They want people going crazy in chat rooms and three assholes popping up on a pop-up show to talk about it. You know what I mean? It's crazy. I think the most important thing that can come out of this is Allen Robinson. Do not involve Jim Larison in your contract negotiations. It's going to fuck it all up. Stay away. Stay away. You don't want to involve Jim because it's going to fuck it all up.
Is that tongue in cheek or is that?
I love Jim
Ringos?
Larison. I was just playing.
No, I mean, like, here's the thing though, is like, and I'm assuming you guys agree with this too, is like, but if Ryan Pace doesn't get this done, then it's time for Bears fans to riot because it's bullshit if it comes down to that he can't wrap up his best offensive player in a long-term deal who is still in his prime and will be in his prime for a very long time. Dude's going to be 27. You're going to let a 27-year-old wide receiver with that kind of productivity on the open market? Like, are you that stupid?
Yeah, you can't do it. I mean, you're going back into Mushin Muhammad territory where receivers go to down. No, you are because
you don't even have to go back that far, Phil, because it happened with Alshon
Jeffrey. Very good call. You know what? If, Steven, Ryan Pace decides to carry this drama and not take care of his own, then he is a big fucking problem. Let's keep it 100 on the Keep It 100 show. It is, you gotta take care of your own. I hate the use of seasonal leverage. I hate that as a coach. I mean, that's me personally. You're becoming a distraction. We don't need distraction. We already got a quarterback competition. We got an inside backer that looked like he was 48 years old. We got things that we need to worry about, not Allen Robinson's contract. You're getting $14 million. He's not paying $1.20 for gas.
Right, you know exactly, and this is the other thing, and I'm waiting for this because I feel like this has been a lot of the talk around the Bears, and this is dating back to the end of last season when these contract extension talks just started. It's like, well, the Bears really don't have that much money. They don't have that much money. Again, look at the Saints who were having to cut people just to get under the cap before the season started.
Tell him our motto that he hasn't heard yet, Phil. Tell him.
Fuck a cap. Because the cap is always fluid, Steven.
It is.
I've debated with all the fucking nerds and the PFFs, and guess what? Shayne will tell you, Phil's always right. I've always been right about the cap. They can manipulate it. You could charge it in the future. It's never gone down. Even with their worry now, it's going to go down. You know what? Get fucking DirecTV the fuck out. And Amazon Prime and Yahoo are going to pay millions and billions to stream this shit because even in COVID and the people that are upset with the flag, I can't watch sports because they're kneeling. Listen, football is king. It's king. It's going to go on without Joey Johnson and Jerry Jones and everybody else. It's always going to be there. It's always the best. And that's why Allen's got to focus on being the best that he's been. He's going to get paid. He's going to get paid.
You want to know where he regains all the leverage? Go out there and have a season like you had in Jacksonville when you put up 1,414 touchdowns.
Exactly.
That's going to go a long way.
This guy is too important. Don't be a distraction. Don't be, Allen. Be a team player. I'm sorry. We've seen them rewarded since Pace has been there. I'm being on his side here. They've rewarded Kyle Long. Maybe they fucking shouldn't have. And they rewarded Charles Leno. They shouldn't have. We'll say, oh my God.
Track record's not great here.
Yes. How about reward what you said, Steven? Clearly, he is your best offensive weapon. That's not meaning, the car is not in neutral. Anthony Miller stepped the fuck up and showed a lot of growth and things that Shayne and everyone were talking about.
Don't overlook that that's a string of games leading back to last year with Anthony Miller.
Exactly.
And that's important. But one thing that I want to stress here, too, is with Allen Robinson, he's been the consummate pro here. There's never been a dust-up. We've never worried about him. The only thing that we did worry about early on was the injury, him coming off that. But let's not forget, Matt Nagy was a part of that process, bringing him here. Ryan Pace was a big part of obviously bringing him here. So Allen Robinson is their guy. They earmarked him in free agency, gave him $14 million a year coming off a torn ACL. And he's been nothing but a consummate pro here. So that's going to factor into all this. Listen, during negotiations, shit gets slung. We've probably all been a part of all that. Maybe even as recently as a couple of months ago. Who knows? That shit happens. But I think what Steven was saying is completely right. At the end of the day, this shit's going to get worked out. And I think it would have been worked out before if there wasn't the looming question around this franchise, which has really been a question for pretty much its entire existence. If we had the quarterback situation figured out, they don't know right now if they have a quarterback on their roster that's going to be here in 2021.
And that's a very good point. And like, that's the other thing too, is like, you kind of look at, again, you said, fuck the cap. Like, who cares about the cap? But at the same time, like, if they're that worried about it, there's money to move around. There's money on your tackles in Massey and Leno to get rid of, to make room for that quarterback money. There's always
a way. There's always a way. My uncle Sam Rutigliano said the cap is for the penny pinching owners. The coaches can get players in here and negotiate performance to future pay. There's always a way. Just like in purchasing a home, there's always a way to get the mortgage and the loan to where you are. Just like a fucking used car salesman. We've dealt with them too. So everybody understands. The reality is here, this has to get done, and it's unfortunate that it's getting done in the middle of the street. I don't like getting it done in the middle of the street. But that being said, real quick, Shayne, a lot of people are asking. I see them in the chat. I've gotten DMs all day. The All 22 by the NFL Game Pass has not been put up yet. So therefore, where's my lower third? So here's the thing. Let me talk to you. How do someone take down that comment so it's not, I don't know how to do that.
Gotcha.
There you go. Thank you. So tomorrow, JJ Stankovitz, you could see it scrolling on the bottom. He's going to come on. He's out there at Hallis asking the questions. You heard him today. We'll talk about Allen Robinson, Nagy, Robert Quinn. Is there any truth to this, that he's not going to play this year, or whatever that rumor is? There's always drama with this team. But to talk to you about our network, our partnership with Shy City Sports, keeping it 100 tonight. The Tape Never Lies video series, though, that you'll find at the Tape Never Lies network on YouTube. Everybody's asking. The All 22 Game Pass has not come out yet. Every time, every person I know, you're getting a Rashaan Salam update. Rest in peace, Rashaan. Oh, it's fumbled. Something's wrong. It has not been updated. So I can't cut Steven and do all the things I do on my video series. I'm bringing you guys back in here. To get that out tomorrow, it'd be impossible. It would just be impossible. So hopefully some point tonight, tomorrow morning, they finally release it. And then tomorrow we'll have an update. But that'll be out this week. It's so frustrating.
I was off today, and I must have refreshed that 2,000 times, man.
Oh my god!
I'm hoping that's not a casualty of the COVID and the.
Well, there was issues last year too. I mean, there's no reason they can't be out early.
Steven, the games are played. Every NFL team, there's no hiding. That's why we'd always laugh about training camp videos and guys in shorts, because every team has access to everybody's tape. They could study what you're doing. That's part of football. You do it on the high school level. The coaches pass DVDs. Now you can send your coaches to the games and just film it yourself and get the looks and the fronts. There's no advantage. Who's the best studier? That's really what you want. So with us, I know what I'm bringing to the Tape Never Lies video series. I know people are excited about it. Me and Shayne wanted to just mention that. That's why I saw a few comments. It's coming as soon as that comes out. Someone text me It might be 2 a.m. knowing these clowns. I don't get it. I don't get it. It should be out Monday, 6 o'clock, right before the Monday night games. That all 22 should be out, and that should be it. Everyone can have access to it. The guys at NFL
you know what
Network
you need to do,
have it.
right?
What?
You know what you need to do? You need to go and create a fake video production company like the Patriots and sneak into a box and just point a camera at the sideline, and you're good. That's all you gotta do.
Get someone at the game just to shoot. Jim Larrison's seats at the game in his section are literally the perfect all 22 angle for him.
Yeah, the Bears can't even figure
We'll
that
send
out.
Zach in his botched haircut.
They have the worst They have the worst all 22 angle.
Oh
in
my
the history
God!
Of
Don't even
everything.
get me on it. It's like I call it the Chris Conti angle.
Oh,
it's like,
terrible.
It's terrible. You like that, Steven? Those of you that know football will know the angle, but the all 22 has been a thorn in my side. And yes, Ryan Cox, in Europe last year, my boy Berlissimo, he would have it before me, hours before me. I'm like, I'm paying for this. It's not like I'm getting it for free. Why can't I have this? So, yes, the tape never lies, Andrew. That'll be out and done. And that's going to be focused on the offense and Mitch Trubisky. And then talking with my wife, who you know is my manager, no offense, Jim, and business partner, as Steven's wife is.
Slaughter.
I'm going to get a defensive performance. So every Wednesday, I'm keeping it 100. The 100 crew are going to say, Phil, I want you to do the tape never lies on Roquan Smith this week, or whoever they say on the defensive side, and it's going to be isolated on that football player, and that will come out Saturday morning or Friday night. That's new this year. Breaking news here.
Awesome. Where's the breaking news? You got a bumper in there?
I do have a breaking news bumper. Let's just practice. Practice makes perfect. Tell me what you think of this one, Steve. You ready?
Breaking news. The tape never lies. Network breaking news.
This
the
is
voiceover
draft.
just puts it over the top.
This is Draft Dr. Phil, and we will be live with the tape never lies. So there you go. Breaking news: a defensive tape never lies on Saturdays, and that.
So you're gonna start with Trevathan and Buster Screen.
That's what you're saying. That's what you're voting. We're gonna take.
You might be sleeping in that RV tonight.
Drink and just dive right into it.
Trevathan was moving around about as sleek as an RV.
Oh, my own.
That was tough. Hopefully that was just some rust buildup, being a 30-year-old veteran coming off an injury. But that was eye-opening. I'm not looking too forward to him matching up with the tight end from the Giants. Yeah.
Well, he's got to be ready. I mean, that's going to be a big topic of discussion tomorrow. We're going to have 99 problems, and Trevathan shouldn't be one. That's what I'm saying. So I look at this, though, Shayne, tomorrow we're going to have a lot of stuff going on the Shy City Sports Network. Steven, on your YouTube channel, on the Facebook page. We're out there tomorrow night. JJ's going to be joining us live, breaking it all down. Check out the Shy City Sports message boards. You have
They've been a
anything else?
doozy the last couple days.
Yeah, holy cow. I stopped in there tonight for about 10 minutes, and I'm like, Jesus.
Steven warned us when we signed on.
I was like, Steven wasn't
we're used to this shit.
There's a very passionate group on that board. So I mean, if you want to talk with diehards, that's the way to go. There was one in there. I don't know if you saw Shayne, but there was a Lions fan that snuck in there before the game and started talking shit. And
a Lions fan talking shit? Are you kidding me? Really?
He just added up there with Lions brawl for their trash talk during the game too. And oh man, did they unload? And it was that was entertainment at its best after that game ended.
So I guess we can share some news here too. Steven, you and I chatted a little bit via DM right before we came on.
Yep.
I got a drop for this too. Go ahead.
Well, let her rip. Let her rip.
Oh, I'll play.
All right.
Explain.
Well, what we talked about is before we get our Patreon set up, all of these pop-up shows, all of the BHL shows, until we
live
move to
after
Patreon.
every game, BHL.
Exactly. They're all going to be offered in a podcast version that, Steven, I guess you can elaborate on a little bit more, exactly where you can find that and what you have to do on your end.
Yeah, so BHL will be available in podcast form on the Keeping It 100 podcast stream that you can find on Apple iTunes, on Google Podcasts, on Spotify, on everybody's favorite Deezer.
Did you say Deezer? Hold on.
Keeping It 100 can be found on all podcast streaming apps: iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Overcast, Castbox, Deezer, and finally, officially on Google Music and Podcasts. It's Keeping It 100 with Phil and Shayne.
I'm never one to be afraid of a compliment, Steven. So what did you think of my production?
And if you won't do it, he will compliment himself live on air.
I'm very proud of that job.
I mean, honestly, the amount of work that you put into these graphics, I'm like, damn, man, he's going all out for this stuff.
We got to do a crossover show with you and Nick at some point.
We do. Yes, we do.
Yeah, we're going to call it. That's going to be called the David Montgomery Show.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to see Nick what he thought of David.
What was it? Yeah, I didn't
Sunday.
get to watch your post game.
Yeah,
because my stream kept fucking up.
What was his take? Was he happy with? I mean, David didn't have a huge game, but I mean, he had a lot of tough yardage in there. Got a lot of yards after contact.
Had a nice catch, driving someone's head into the fucking ground.
Honestly, we were both pleasantly surprised with how the running game did. I mean, that's not only Montgomery, but with Cohen as well. I mean, they both
ran hard
really well. And give credit. This is weird saying because we really couldn't say it at all last year. Is give credit to Matt Nagy for not abandoning the run. Yes. Down 17 points because you
had three consecutive runs at one point. I texted Phil. I'm like, I can't believe this.
And
I wasn't complaining. Yeah, I couldn't. I wasn't complaining one bit.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't know if it was a matter of Matt Nagy watching the Chiefs on Thursday and realizing, they can rely on their running back. I can rely on my running back. I mean, I don't know what it was, since he likes to play carbon copy with that Chiefs offense all the time, or at least attempt to, with a goodwill bunch of players compared to what the Chiefs have to play with. But again, it was impressive to see that come together and to just allow Montgomery to play football. It's just let him get into a rhythm, keep it on the ground. And not only that, but then it just opens up the passing game. You're not always seeing a situation in which they're focused on, screwing up Mitch, even though Matt Patricia was an idiot and played right into Mitch's hand and chose to play man instead of zone down the stretch.
But Mitch brought that up. That's what they're comfortable doing. And Mitch said we knew that they were going to do that. They tried to switch things up, but in crunch time, they were going to resort back to what they're comfortable with doing, and he made them pay. I mean, you're not going to find a better ball than that one to Anthony Miller touchdown. I mean, I was watching
big boy football right
there. I stood up and I had my DirecTV remote ready to launch across the living room. I'm like, he caught it.
Buy those on Amazon for $7. You're fine.
Yeah. Steven, I've been through probably 40 of them in 2 years.
He did. He has.
Yeah.
He will continue.
And I almost lost it again when I saw DeAndre Swift in the end zone. I'm like,
oh my
motherfucker. God. But yeah, that's a story for another day.
Yeah.
We'll get to that tomorrow. Yes, Patreon. Just a quick update.
Kind of ties in with that announcement with the BHL.
Yeah, we went in there. Oh, a BHL announcement? I don't know. Do I have a BHL one?
I thought you said you did.
You did. You said you did. Did you talk it up?
He was too busy patting himself on the back, Steve.
No, I was talking up the
Pause
podcast. I was talking up the podcast thing. What do I do? What do I have for BHL? I got the BHL Open. I don't know. I got 100
it's
crew hot
Patreon
takes.
is not available yet. You see, Jeremy had that comment up there. It's just about ready to go, but we're gonna give you guys some free weeks to see what we're gonna do, what we have, planned to unveil to you guys, so you can kind of try before you buy a little bit, because we have, just like this show tonight. This was not planned. Phil texted me. He's like, "Let's go live," and I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it."
We wanted to talk about the Allen Robinson, give you a little promo, not as blurry as Steven's.
I'm trying here. There we go. Okay, I'm better now.
But give you an update tomorrow, JJ, keeping it 100. We're going to be here where you're watching now, as well as the promo. This show, if you are waking up late and like, oh, Phil and Shayne went live, it'll be on the podcast stream as iTunes and all of Deezer and Google Play and all that. And then tomorrow, we're going to go live. We're going to have dumbest tweets. We're going to have Bear Up, Bear Down return.
There's a lot of dumb tweets this week.
There's a lot
Yes,
of dumb
there
tweets.
are.
We're going to bring on some, I think we're going to bring on some fans, but we have a new segment tomorrow, and True Blue 100 crew went all out and actually helped me produce something, Steven, that's going to be a surprise tomorrow for a new segment on Keeping It 100. It's going to be a fun night on a victory week as we go and look back a little bit at the Detroit Lions and then ahead at the New York Giants. And then we're going to do some bold predictions and shout outs and have some fun with everybody here. So that's really it. We wanted to jump on real quick tonight with you, Steven. We got to do this more often.
Thanks for having me.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah, bro. Absolutely.
We got to wrap things up. Phil's got a super secret Tape Never Lies segment planned for immediately after this game that won't be broadcast live. So we have to wrap it up.
All I got to say is, Steven, you have a studio, like surround proof.
This box.
Look at that.
This
Now,
is my COVID project.
You, real quick, a teaser, were the inspiration for me. And one of our 100 crew drove to my house, no joke, true story, and built a Draft Dr. Phil, the Tape Never Lies studio.
Get
and
the
I
fuck
kid
outta
you
here.
not, tomorrow I'm going to just take you through some of the pictures and reveal the metamorphosis of this. And
I was on the phone with him. I asked him when he's coming to New York. I haven't locked that in yet because I need one too.
It is unbelievable. Even it's dope. Like, because my wife is a person that just keeps it 100. She would be on the phone and be like, I don't know if I like this. So literally today, because he came last night framing stuff up, and then it was too late, so he came back today and just framed it, sheetrocked it. It's just sick. It's not done. But
Yours sounds a lot nicer than mine, though, because the outside of this is just OBS board. And I can't tell you how many splinters I've gotten in the last 4 months just trying to open the door.
Phil's got to share with you. Phil's got a 2-stall garage, and now it's 1 stall because one stall of it is his studio.
It's 8 by 10. So Claudio,
and he's parking his car in the one side, and his poor wife has to park hers outside now.
Fuck out of here. Part of the deal.
Don't let him fool you.
You're going to have to get room for that third garage.
My car is outside. I'm moving the treadmill. You'll see it tomorrow. Claudio's going to be over here. We're going to take you on a tour of it. Yeah, that's going to be fun. So you, though, truly, you gave me the idea, and I was like, you know what, that would be awesome, because keeping it 100 again, Shayne, I know we're going long, but real quick, the kids on a Sunday, we're watching the game, then the wife has to have the kids. We're going live right after the game, It's hard. They want to play. They want to be around, and you can hear footsteps, and I'm like, it would be really dope if I could just go in there and not have Steph have to worry about the dog and the kids. and thus Chris Jackal, my boy, shout you out. 100 Blue 100 crew came over and fucking hooked it up, and I'm excited. I'm really excited. And yeah, anybody coming to the house, you're gonna get to go into the studio. Now I'm ordering one of those on-air lights. I gotta have one of those. It's so
fancy
put it in the
schmancy.
back. Yeah.
Now you're just one-upping what I have.
I told Jackal to hang it up about 6 feet so he can't pull the string. He's gonna need a booster seat to get up there. He's gonna fuck them all up.
Actually, Shayne helped out and said, why don't you put a plug outlet way up so you could put a fucking TV in there and you have the game and you're... I'm like,
yeah, you're looking over your monitor.
You are the smartest fucking man.
I've
so
been
the
called
dude
worse.
I got an electrician coming tomorrow, Claudio's boy, the barber's boy, put Ivan to put plugs in. I'm excited, man.
Just make sure that you put like correct like airflow into it, because I think I'm using a like a cabinet fan that's meant for like an entertainment system, and I'm pretty sure I sweat like 10 pounds every time I'm in here.
Oh,
well,
believe me, the ventilation system was a big topic of discussion last
We'll
night
talk
while we were on
about
the phone.
that. We'll talk about that.
That's going to be that's going to be an off-season talk when nobody's got to take a piss test.
It's crazy busy at this house. That's right. The Sandman, another team player. But anyway, tomorrow, JJ Stankovitz, Bears talk, 100%, a lot of laughs. I'm so excited about the new segment. We'll just tease it. It's Claudio's segment. And that's all you're going to know. And it's going to be a lot of fun And bringing you in tonight was a lot of fun. I really appreciate you coming on. And listen, Bears are 1-0. Bears are 1-0, Steven.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
Hopefully,
for as ugly
Allen,
as it might have been, that's all that we need to see.
That's it. And I can't wait to talk to my boy JJ. We got a great open for him tomorrow to introduce him. And I'm going to send a video teaser tomorrow. I'm trying to do it. It's doing everything here. Hopefully the NFL steps up the Game Pass. I go, Shayne, is anybody complaining about it on Twitter? I need people start hammering away at the NFL Game Pass.
People don't complain on Twitter. What are you talking about?
Do it for me.
Yeah. But, yeah. So.
Any last thoughts? Steve, you got anything you got coming up? Where could people find you? Actually, don't we have a lower for you? Not
Yeah, somewhere. So Twitter,
ahead.
you can find me at Steven with a PH, because that's the correct way to spell Steven in my world. _ Roto on Twitter. So you can find me there and harass me as I send out bad Bears and fantasy football takes throughout the week.
There you go. Find him there. Great dude. Great voice. There it is. At Steven _ Roto. Look at that. Pops right up in there. Follow him. Give him a shout out. Go over to their message boards if you survive. And tomorrow night, join us here. 100 crew. 100 crew. True Blue 100 crew. I'm writing a song, Steven. See?
This is the longest send-off ever.
Right. So you wrap it up. I can't help it. I'm so excited about everything. 1-0. Bears, new studio. The only thing that's got me down is Allen Robinson in the Game Pass. Shayne.
Real quick.
I'm
Goodbye,
gonna zoom
everybody.
in. There you go.